The job at hand today is I have some old needle nose pliers that sat in my toolbox, and they got this coating of rust over the outside, and they got to where they won't open. Now this is just an example of what they look like. These work okay, but it actually is a little sticky right there. I lost my footage of the before, but what I'm going to do is drop these in cleaning vinegar with salt, let them soak, and then the rust should simply wash away, and then I'm going to replace the handles. So let's see how it looks after they're in the cleaning vinegar for a while. I just took them and dunked them in here. The problem was I forgot about them.
Let's see what they look like now after it's 1 to 2 weeks in this solution. Now the solution also included salt. Now you need to look up the chemical reaction when you put table salt in with your cleaning vinegar, because you really probably want to wear gloves to handle it, because you're actually messing with stronger acids then. So yeah, you see there's a pair of pliers, and there's a pair of pliers. So I'm going to take the solution's probably still good for something, but let me take them out. Let me get this other pair out. I just don't want to get too much of that on my skin. It's going to be a little nasty to rinse it off. And down the drain it's going to go. There's some dilution. Maybe a good drain cleaner, huh? Or acid. So I'll save that, clean it up later. Okay. So I don't have a tripod. I'm going to take this So I don't have a tripod. I'm going to take this wire brush, just kind of clean these off and see what they look like. But I have to stop the camera there.
Okay, so I just cleaned them up. See, there's still a little debris right here. That must have been above the water line, or the acid line, as it were. You can see the depth, somewhat. So the reason I did these is because these no longer worked, and you can see freed them right up. Okay, the same way with this one. You know, needle nose pliers, if you can't open them, they're just hateful. Just hateful. So what is this one? Is this even a... Can we read that? Engineer. What, 018? Number 018, engineer tool. I have to see if they're any special. So you can see how free they are. Okay, and then this other one. These are just some that were in my box. These don't have a name. Honestly, I was going to throw them away. But they close good. May not cut a lot of wire, but I think they'll work. This one. It's got, looks like it's a stripper. I don't think that's, it might be a chip. I guess that's a chip. So, yeah. I like that. So these are the two that I soaked, yeah. I'm going to strip the old plastic off the handle with that. And I'm going to use this, if it's any good. This is like, I don't know, a year old. So hopefully it's sealed. So we'll see if we can do it one-handed. This is what they look like after I stripped them. There's the debris. Just like when I took them out of the acid, there's some debris on there. So I'm going to take and just do a little bit of scrubbing in the sink, and we'll be back to the Plastikote. So there, we got them clean and dry. like that. And yeah, they're nice tools. They'd work just fine like that for most mechanic work. But it's nice to have the rubber grip to soften it on your fingers.
So yeah, I've opened this and it's just not going to work. It's seeing this welding rod. Well, might not be too bad, but it smells like toluene lacquer thinner. So, got some lacquer thinner. I'm gonna thin it out with. So I thinned it and I got it to a good consistency where it's going to give a nice thickness. Now, it's flowing, so it's probably going to flow off. So I do want it probably that thick. The excess I'm going to put in a different can, and because the handle needs to reach in there, I'm going to trim this metal can to the height of the fluid in it, which may be a little tricky, but we will see how it goes. So there we have that. So here we go. So just take our tool, dip it to the depth we want, pull it out. There. So that's it. Now, you see it's dripping. We'll cut that off after it dries. And repeat.
When I was a kid in school, we did this process. And the teacher told us we could bring in any tool that we had if we wanted a rubber grip on it, because they didn't normally put rubber grips on things in the 70s. It's probably 1973, 74. So the big difference in the 70s was the product they had to be baked in an oven. So in our shop class, we had an oven for things like that. Okay, so I got them clamped on this cart so the stuff will flow downhill. This one seems to have a little bit of a lump inside it, but that's okay. So we'll just let it sit that way overnight, let it dry, trim off the excess on the back, and we'll have a nice couple pair of pliers. Here we are, a day later. This is what these look like. So, yeah, I think it looks really nice. The part that was really thick down here is dried up and shrunk to actually where you want it. I could re-dip them, but I'm happy with this. Let's see if we can get a closer look. So, yeah, that's what it looks like. So yeah, I recovered those. Yeah, I'm happy. That looks great. Thanks for watching. That's the way I do it.